What's going on YouTube? Ben here, Player.net, and today we're taking a look at the Aerocool Strike X Cube case. Now, a lot of you may have seen the X Predator Cube case, and they're very similar. They are, I'm not gonna lie, but there are some major differences. Like for instance, the front here, it's a bit different. The other one was a bit wider this way. Of course, the color schemes are a bit different. As you can see on the front of this one here, there is kind of an X going right here. Nice 5.25 inch drive bay there with the X Strike logo up at the top. Now taking a further look at the top of the case, and one of the main differences on the front and the top is this one only has one fan controller, whereas the X Predator Cube had two. We of course still have a nice power button and reset button. There's two USB 3.0 ports, and there of course a mic and a headphone jack on the front. Another big difference is the design of the top grill here. Where the other ones you could kind of open up, this one's just a nice big X that looks to have a bit of foam or dust protection of it of some sort on the inside that we'll take a closer look at in a bit. Moving around the case itself, the main side panel's got a nice window viewing area. You'll of course notice that it's on the top half because the bottom half is going to be where we put our hard drives, power supplies, cables. If you decide to put water cooling in here, you probably have a pump down there. And stuff that just really generally does not need to be on display. All the good stuff's going to be up at the top, so Aerocool have decided to just keep the window up on the top. Moving around to the back of the case quickly, we have two holes for water cooling tubing. As I said, this case is compatible with some water cooling options. We'll go ahead and take a look at a bit later. There's room for a 120 or 140 mil fan here for you to go ahead and install yourself. Though it does come with a pre-installed exhaust fan down at the bottom on the back side of the hard drive case to help expel any heat that they create. Now granted, it's not a lot, but it's still nice to see Aerocool have taken that extra measure to help get the heat out of the case, because as we all know, heat rises. So whether it's a lot or not, it can still have an effect on the rest of the components inside of the case. Of course, have the cutout here for the rear I/O of the motherboard, and of course our PSU cutout here. And speaking of the power supply, on the, I call it the back side, the second side, whatever you prefer to call it. It's up to you, but it's a nice little vented area that comes with a dust filter, fan filter in there, and this is actually going to be where the power supply grabs its air from to help keep itself cool. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and take these side panels off real quick, and we're going to have a look around the inside. Alright, so here we have it. The side panels are off, and now we can get a look at what we have to work with. Now of course, on top here will be the motherboard will set flat. We have 4 expansion bays across the back where we'll plug our graphics card into, and as mentioned, if you do put a graphics card in, it'll most likely have the fans on display in that window that we saw in the side panel. Underneath there is of course our hard drive cage, and as you can see, there's a bit of room here. Now this is going to leave users a lot of options to go ahead and install whatever they want. I mean, you can take out the front included fan here and install maybe some sort of radiator in there. You can of course mount a reservoir and pumps and stuff down in here. We can also go ahead, and it's probably hard to see, you can take out the 5.25 inch bay here, or maybe even not. You can put another radiator in the top up there. It looks like a 240 or a 280 will fit up there. No problems. Now back down to the motherboard tray, there are 3 grommeted cutouts to go ahead and allow for us to route our cables and stuff, which is always nice. The more options the better, even in these cube cases, because they're designed to keep all of the wires and stuff you don't want to see out of harm's way. But at the end of the day, we have to have wires to connect things to power it all on. And as you can see, there's no shortage of wires coming down from the top. Now, There's of course a few fan things here. Of course, one of them will be for the fan controller on the top, USB ports, power reset button, and all that fun stuff. But as you can see, there is just plenty of room, because I mean the power supply will sit here. Should be a little bit of room between that and the hard drive cage, and there'll be plenty of room in the front here to go ahead and get some stuff installed. So depending on what you're looking to get into here, there are a lot of options. There's definitely enough room for some water cooling gear, but I'll take a closer look and mention more about that in the written part of the review with a bit closer up pictures, where it's a bit easier for me to get the angle to show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. But that's pretty much it. It's a very nicely designed cube case. I'm looking forward to building into it, testing it all out, and seeing how well it does. So please make sure to check back in the future on player.net for the review. Like, comment, subscribe, and as always, thank you guys for watching.